We're flagging problematic posts for Facebook that spread disinformation, and Facebook needs to move more quickly to remove harmful, violative posts. Posts that will be within their policies for removal often remain up for days. That's too long. The information spreads too quickly.
And now we know that Facebook dutifully took its orders from the White House. Congressman Jim Jordan and the Judiciary Committee just released documents showing how Facebook routinely caved to the Biden administration's pressure to censor Americans. In an April 2021 email from a Facebook employee to CEO Mark Zuckerberg and COO Sheryl Sandberg, it said, "We're facing continued pressure from external stakeholders, including the Biden White House, to remove posts." That same month, Facebook's president for global affairs told his team that Biden COVID advisor Andy Slavitt was outraged that they didn't remove a particular post. Joining me now is House Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan. Congressman, what was that post?
Oh, it was a meme. It was one of these like class action lawsuits. It said, you know, if you've been harmed by COVID, call 1-800. It was one of these kind of things. So they were even censoring a meme, for goodness, some humor. And here's the kicker, Laura. They knew it was wrong. One of those Facebook executives said, "This is a significant incursion into the boundaries of free expression." That is a fancy way of saying this violates the First Amendment, for goodness sake. But because the White House was outraged, because Jen Psaki stood there at the podium, what you just played, in the White House and demanded this happen, because the White House was demanding it and they wanted to keep their cozy relationship with the Biden administration, they censored First Amendment speech. That's what this clearly shows. And frankly, we got more documents that we're reviewing that I think are going to show it even more so.
What can be done about this as long as Biden is in the White House? I mean, presumably this is continuing in some way, shape, or form.
Well, I hope it's not continuing, because we had that great federal court decision on July 4th in the Western District of Louisiana. Great decision. So I don't think it's going on now. But we got to make sure it doesn't go on in the future, doesn't happen, because we have this amazing thing in this greatest country ever called the First Amendment. So we're going to introduce, Rand Paul and I have introduced legislation, Senator Paul, which would say if you're in the government and you're doing what was happening there, you get fired, you don't get your pension benefits, there can be civil liability that you're subject to, you lose any security clearance you may have. We want real penalties for people in the government engaging what Professor Turley called this censorship by surrogate, this coercion, this pressure from government on private companies to censor speech. Or what Matt Taibbi, by the way, Laura, Matt Taibbi said what we're beginning to uncover here is more significant than the Twitter files. And he was one of the primary authors of the Twitter files, and he's been attacked for some of the things he's done to expose this attack on the First Amendment. So, yeah, we have that bill and stopping what Mr. Taibbi and Mr. Schellenberger called the censorship industrial complex. Now we're figuring out how this complex worked, and that's the first step into stopping it.
Well, I think they probably know pretty much what the Biden administration doesn't want out there. So the cat's kind of out of the bag. You don't even have to get an official order anymore. There can be a wink and a nod. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised there's body language, being read here. Oh, well, they want us to do this. Congressman, on this issue of Hunter Biden, I know you've obviously been all over this, but we're going to ask you the same question we asked Senator Hawley. How serious is this that the DOJ was willing to give the president's son a total free pass on criminality, potential criminality that had nothing to do with the underlying facts of his crimes that he pled to?
No, it's hugely significant. And I want to, your first guest, Saul, was on, I want to go to that October 7th, 2022 meeting. 7 people in that meeting, David Weiss and Gary Shapley, telling you 2 different things. There were 5 other individuals in that meeting, some U.S. attorneys, other people on the investigation. I want to talk to those people. One of those individuals was Mr. Shapley's boss, and he's basically agreed with what Mr. Shapley said, because Mr. Shapley put it in an email and sent it to his boss. But those are the key people we want to talk to, in addition to the one Saul talked about in your first segment. Assistant U.S. Attorney Leslie Wolf, other folks we need to speak to, and we're working on making that happen as we speak.
All right, Congressman, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.